Hello, once more everybody, Thetymix here. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. The head start for Hawkins Challenge, first in the Pro Challenge level, and we're heading into race 4, looking to increase our dominant lead. The big thing that's happening right now is that Kitano, Steinman, and Panther are sort of splitting up the points, and that's allowing us to really get out ahead, which is great. Sort of full disclosure here, I did actually play this race once already, but I managed to screw up the recording, so I'm going to do it again. Of course, at this point, it's not really a whole lot of a spoiler. Pretty clear what's going on here. It's actually been kind of boring. We're running roughshod over the WMC and hoping to continue that. With our, budget almost $1 million in the negative, and if we look at our sponsors, we're going to get a couple in, and we might be able to consider more, but we're going to hang on to where we're at in terms of the parts, getting those rear wings finished up, getting them out there, and we're going to hold it there. So I've still got some work to do in maxing out the parts that we have, but other than that, there really isn't a whole lot else to be concerned with at the moment, and we just got to accept our limited finances, do what we can, which right now has been way more than enough. So yeah, just over a day to fix the parts. That's not too bad. The Evening Herald has something to ask. What are your main worries at the moment? Everything pretty much looks great, and I would have to agree with that. So Diaz morale goes up. That's not too bad. Yeah, not exactly a hard-fought win at all for Diaz, but hey. Okay, there's our car repairs finished. So let's get on to adjusting our flow here. Now we want this to be done. Yeah, we're going to get the rear wing. That's going to be done a little bit early now. We want it to be done on the 28th. So let's there, by putting it the day after, I ensure that we get this finished. So that's sort of where we are. Now, let's just clear these out. Because we want to tune that again to the next race. We definitely want the gearboxes and the front, or not the rear wings, but the front wings. So let's go ahead and throw those in. And then it says next is top speed, so we'll put the engines back on there. And that's not everything. So, after that, since that's the top 3 parts, we'll use that to make our decision. And that's going to be Black Sea. And then the rear wing is going to be the next part there. So, let's throw on the one rear wing that we have that's good, that we're going to want to use. And I actually don't even know if any of that has changed. But that's how I want to go with approaching this. Okay. And Keith Taylor. Who is the reserve driver for us, I guess. I forget. Gets married. Okay. Marketability goes up. Rear wing is finished. And then we've got a report on the race. So it's almost 50 laps, 3 miles, a small chance of rain. Front wings is the key part. Panther have the best for that right now. And soft, medium, and hard tires. Okay. So I think this is our last rear wing. Yep, they're both at 992. That's right. Now we're going to want to use them both. So let's go ahead and flip them onto our cars, and that's good enough to make them both happy. Great. Let's improve them. This one's almost there at 100%. Let's put that out. And then we want to move this up to whatever it's got to be to get it done before the race. We're just barely going to make it. 38 of them. All right, now I want to take that one off and put that one on, just because it's not quite as good. Let's even those up. But I think now we just want to head forward to the race. Okay, they want a Celebrity Center. Of course, we're not going to be able to do that. Fitness course. Legendary fitness guru Dan Hardsmith has a slot available in his Get Fit or Die intensive exercise course. Now, between you and me, we both know Roger Harrison could do with getting off sofa every once in a while. Should I book him in? Add the personality trait? No, we don't have the money. We're just going to pass on that. Double check our parts here. Yep. Move right along. Not very far, though. Okay, amazed if Roger Harrison doesn't walk away with top prize. Well, I think it's going to be Diaz, actually. And we got apparently a little bit of a rivalry continuing to go on between Harrison and Diaz. Thornton figuring to struggle again. And yes, Brian Hawkins wants us to know that spending blah, 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 blah. We've seen this song and dance before. Okay. See if we want to make any last minute adjustments. Yeah, we can back this off a little bit. Maybe get like a fraction of a point or something extra out. Okay. Reliability work is completed, which is where we wanted to be. And if we double check where we're looking here, still number one in top speed, number one in acceleration, deceleration second. Our front wings are now not as good. They're fifth there. We're up to fourth now on the rear wing. We're still above average on everything, but you can clearly see our front wing, the low speed corners, not as good, and that could hurt us in this this track for sure. Okay, and we're going to go for the maximum, of course. And temperatures. It's going to be warm for practice, but coolish for the race here. I don't see us going in the hard direction. And I like having a lot of soft tires because of qualifying. Don't see us needing any more than 2. There. So 8, 5, and 2. That should be just fine. Let's make sure we have everything as we want it. And I think we do. So it's off to Tondela. All right. So weight stripping, as always, first. And no, I'm bumping that down too low. This one can go down to 70 because it's got the lower red zone. And 330 for both. Let's see if we can get to practice here and get some things done. Fastest lap. So we end up 3rd and 5th. And yeah, Wexler really burned a great lap there, low 117, to put really the next several drivers, including us, behind. So that's going to be something to watch. Okay-ish, they'll find our real pace on Sunday, and it was an impressive lap time. This was not hyperbole in this case. Now, of course, it's time to earn our sponsor bonus in the qualifying here. And the sweeter spot's not of that great benefit, so again, no reason not to go soft tires in qualifying. Weight stripping is all set. It's not a walk, and I mean, we've still got, you know, with only there was basically 3 cars, Diaz, Harrison, and Sharp clustered in this group. Overall, we still looked the best in qualifying, but perhaps we're not, like, our strength is not as much as it was. Perhaps the other cars are overall gaining on us. As we saw, one of the crucial parts is the one that we're worst at. And it says Vasquez is so gosh darn smug. Diaz hoping for more tomorrow. Hashtag race on. Harrison disappointed by qualifying and thinks he could have gotten more. So, yeah, they weren't too happy with their last couple of attempts. But here on race day, of course, is again where our crucial advantage comes in terms of the strategy, which is only to use approximately 70% fuel and go with the hybrid usage of the battery. And that's really where our dominance largely comes from, I do believe. Now, the question is, do we want to go with softs or mediums? And even if we're going to spend more of the race on mediums, I would normally like softs. And make sure you get out to the lead and all of that. But we haven't had any trouble getting out to the lead. I'm thinking maybe like a soft and 2 mediums kind of approach. But let's take a look at exactly what we're going to get out of these tires. Let's not guess at it. So a soft is going to give us 19 to 21, 27 to 29. So we're not going to get that many out of them. So we're not going to get, we're not going to be able to do one stop, because we could go from a soft to a hard and probably do one stop. But I think it makes more sense here to do 2 stops. We get 16 out of each tire. And, we might be able to swing that. So, I'm thinking, it depends on how much we're getting out of the soft tires, but I'd like to stretch it to a 2-stop and all 3 on softs. That's how I would like to go with this. And given that, let's open up our knowledge, and we'll definitely want to hit the soft tires then, and the race trim. And of course the tire changes, again, not worth it in comparison, not even close to being worth it. Let's take a look, make sure we're on a fresh set of tires, and look at our fuel options. So I think we want to go with 34. 32 would be 2/3, then add 2 as always. And so with 12 of them, we're looking at, well over a second per lap that we're expecting to save. So onward, let's see how we do here in the 4th race, whether we're going to dominate again. Now, Vasquez looking pretty good at a 7, but Diaz is at an 8, and Harrison at an 8. Very nice. Sharp injured at a 7 there. So it really looks like the top 4 drivers are indeed sitting in the top 2 rows here. And let's see how Diaz goes. Well, Harrison blowing right by her as Diaz falls to 5th, then 6th by the time we get around the first turn. Meanwhile, Harrison braking with Vasquez and staying right behind him. So we're not blowing away the field instantly, at least. And Vasquez now trying to push out to a lead as Diaz tries to make her way back up through the leaders. Now Harrison right on the bumper of Vasquez, looking to get to the inside but can't maintain it. And Chapman is right behind. Here we come to the final turn. Diaz up to 4th. And we've got Vasquez, Harrison, Chapman, Diaz, Sharp falling back, possibly due to injury. But we're really having to fight for it here, and this is not something that we're used to. It's kind of a nice surprise, to be honest. You can see the weather, 19 degrees, dry. So nothing but good weather going on here. Diaz now up to 3rd. But Vasquez giving us more of a challenge than we have yet seen. That is the story here in Tondela as we go through this last loop. And Harrison goes to the inside but can't hold it. And you know what? As much as I'd like to keep on rolling, we're going to switch back to neutral, so we're going to settle in 2nd and 3rd. And Dieter Wexler crashes, well that's big news. And do we want to pit? Safety car leaving the garage. You know, I don't think we do. Although we could go in. The thing is, with the safety car out, we're going to want to be on softs. But no. I was thinking of going with 2 mediums instead of, you know, the other 2 stops. But no. We're going to ignore that, but what we are going to do is that we're going to go low on everything. And here we go. Vasquez maintaining the lead, and we're already separating from the other cars. At least we were, but having trouble with this spot. And if we stayed right where we are, well, we'd still win the race by a hair over Catano. And Harrison not liking the closeness, but he goes by to take 1st position. That's what we're talking about. Harrison, you drop back then to high and push. See if you can hold it there. While Diaz keeps Diaz up there. Now let's go to high for a lap. And that's the fastest lap of the race, despite your tire condition. She's going to be just a little bit red, yep, after this lap. Okay. So we're going to send Diaz in. Now that's going to be 14 laps. 34 left. Need to get 17 out of each tire. That's exactly what she's rated at. Man, that's tough. I don't know if she's going to make it. I think maybe another soft. And then a medium at the end. We'll try that. Not sure if that's the right move. That's what I'm going to go with. And then Harrison should definitely be able to run it on softs, I would think. see how he does here. It's probably going to be his last lap. Coming in at that 30 to 31 spot. And Diaz drops to third now. Oh, way down to 8th. So she's going to be in traffic. Yeah, let's get him in for his next set. So Diaz definitely going to lose some time here. Up to 5th now though. Up and back down again. There it is. And yeah, has some distance. Well, no, not quite. So Harrison down to 2nd and Diaz 5th. So again, we're fighting with traffic here, which is not a thing we've had to do much. Vasquez now on hards as he's come in. That's an interesting choice. Yeah. I don't think Diaz is going to make it around another time with good tires. I want to put her on mediums. See if she can finish that off. Now let's see about Harrison, who's starting to go through traffic. Here's the first one. Vidal, the last active car, of course, with Wexler no longer out there. And he's only driving decently at best, but still looks to be the clear winner here. One more lap, maybe 2 for him. Oh, and I've maxed out the energy again. With the extra fuel we used earlier, that could be hazardous. Let's make sure we don't do that. Vasquez on hard tires runs the fastest lap of the race. That I would not have predicted. Yeah, and I think he can make it this last one here. So definitely be the last lap for him. And he'll have 18 to go. He should just make that, I think. Well, no, I think he's going to not quite make it. I think he needs to go mediums as well. And the thing about it is there's absolutely no reason to stretch it here. Let's just not take the risk. Let's make sure that he's got enough. And let's switch to harvest for both of them while he comes into the pits. So that should be the last stop, in theory. And then we'll run our way to the end, the last 15-20 laps, and see what happens. Good pit stop. And Diaz now just under 4 seconds now on the gap. So definitely making a charge. Whoa, we definitely need to push those tires now. Both drivers, actually. And there's Diaz on lap 46 having tire trouble, so in the end, should have gone soft, medium, medium for her. Didn't quite calculate that out properly. That's too bad. We only got like 2 laps to go. I mean, I could, it wouldn't matter. I could still probably stay ahead of Vasquez. But we're not going to do it. 3 wide into that first turn, as Holt's trying to get back on the lead lap. I don't think that's going to work out too well. Saarinen a few seconds ahead, may catch him. That's a good question. How about never? With this much time left, let's just burn the fuel. And Holt's not giving up that fight as we go into the last lap. Still a 4-second gap. Now Vasquez did finally go into pit again, and that cost him some time, so he's going to look a lot further behind in the final tally than it actually is going to end up being. But this day definitely belongs to Roger Harrison. Started better than Diaz, and then Diaz had to pit sooner and got caught in traffic, and that was a big deal after the yellow. So caution came out, had to pit, got caught in like 8th place, lost some time in traffic, and between that and the tire issues, that was pretty much it. Vasquez sets the fastest lap of the race, and nobody really cares there at the end. And there's Harrison taking the winner's circle. The unvarnished string of success for the Hawkins race team so far continues. Just under a 5-second gap there, and another 20-some back to Vasquez. No rule breakers. Nigel Cook gets the champagne once again. And our lead is almost 100 points now. Kitano starting to emerge. See if they can maintain it, but starting to emerge from Panther as the top opposition. The injured Oliveira is not still wanting to push on for a win, despite not doing too badly. But yeah, when you're banged up like that, you're going to be in trouble. Fitness of 2. Nigel Cook, you are amazeballs. I wouldn't go that far, but we are doing pretty well. We can see the small boosts, and Keith Taylor is negatives, and we don't care. And a bit of a boost to marketability, as always. Losing 250k, which is less than we expected to lose, but losing is still losing, of course. And we're just over 1 million now in the negative as we've hit the quarter pole of the season. Supposed to get some rain up next at Black Sea, but most importantly, of course, the lead continues to grow. Will any of these teams be able to eventually mount a lasting challenge? They're going to have to start making their charge soon, because if we get to the halfway point of the season and we're still winning every race, they're going to be too far behind even if we start not winning anymore. So the next few races, I think, are going to tell the tale about whether they actually ever get in a serious challenge. We'll continue with that next time. Till then, thanks for watching Motorsport Manager. See you soon.